can a landlord make a tenant have tenant insurance? So in the province of Alberta, under the Residential Tenancy Act, a tenant is not required to have insurance. This is such a hot topic. I was just recently watching a thread on a social media, and there are so many landlords that are stating that just because they have it in their lease agreement, they can force the tenant to have tenant insurance. Now, first of all, let's address it. Tenant insurance is absolutely a necessity, and it's for many reasons. It can be, of course, because the house burned down, the house flooded. I had one at one point where the house next door burnt down, which then caused smoke damage in the house. The tenant insurance then put the tenant up in a hotel or an Airbnb for a period of time while they got the house all cleaned up. So yes, tenant insurance is very, very important. The conversation in this one Facebook group is that it covers liability for the landlord. And even though that might be true, it's still in the province of Alberta under the Residential Tenancy Act. You cannot force a tenant to have it. Now, insurance companies are going to be kind of the thing that is a wild card in it, because insurance companies, in order to give insurance on a rental property, are now telling landlords that they have to prove tenant insurance to the land or to the insurance company for the landlord so that they can get insurance. So that's kind of a weird thing going on there. But under the Residential Tenancy Act, you cannot force it. Now, the topic is just because it's in the lease agreement, I can force it as a landlord to have it. Well, one small thing that they're forgetting to say is, even though, yes, it is an actual contract, which is binding under the Residential Tenancy Act, if whatever is in your lease doesn't align with the act itself, then the act prevails. So you could put in there that, hey, you're going to buy Jody a new Lamborghini. That doesn't mean it is enforceable, because that's not something that's in the Residential Tenancy Act. So just because you have it in there, you are not going to win if you take that to court. I wish insurance companies and the Residential Tenancy Board would get together and figure this crap out, because I do believe they need to have it, but there's a loophole. We as landlords cannot enforce a tenant's right to have or not have tenant insurance. And it comes back to that loophole that even though we put it into a lease, the act prevails. So therefore that clause in that lease is non-binding. So I hope that somewhat clears it up. It's a tough conversation. Tenant insurance, again, is absolutely imperative. But landlords, we cannot enforce having the tenant have that within the